Hello, you're watching the Star News Update. I'm Dany Matias. It's polling day Tuesday for the three by-elections in Kedah, Perak and Sarawak. According to Election Commission, as of noon Tuesday, the voter turnout was as follows. Voting begins at the 25 polling stations in Batang Ai. Voters at Sekolah Kebangsaan Nanga Kesit near Lubuk Antu had to face the swift currents of the swollen Lemanak River as they arrived to cast their votes Tuesday morning. Although the weather was fair, overnight rain had caused the river to rise, making it difficult for those living in long houses upriver to travel down by boat to the polling station. StarOnline.tv spoke to journalist Sharon Ling in Sarawak for more polling updates.
The weather was fine, but it rained last night, so the rivers were quite swollen early this morning, and that made it difficult for some of the longhouse folk who live upriver to travel down by boat. However, the river level should have subsided by now, and they should have been able to go and cast their votes. The result is expected to be announced at about 8:30 tonight.
Okay.
Meanwhile, polling day in Bukit Selambau turned the usually quiet town into a hive of activity. Hordes of supporters from PKR and Barisan Nasional flock at polling centres to remind voters for the last time who they should vote for. There are 22 polling stations in Bukit Selambau.
Like die-hard fans of rival football teams, supporters from both sides shouted at one another, exchanging insults, taunting the other's party leaders and calling names. Barisan Nasional's candidate for Bukit Selambau, Dr. S. Garnison, cast his vote at Sekolah Jenis Kebangsaan Ladang Perbadanan at about 8:20 a.m. Garnison says he has done his best and is leaving it to the voters to make the final decision. Independent candidate T. Chandra Rajan and his wife M. Suguna cast their votes at Sekolah Menengah Teknik Sungai Petani 2. He is the only independent candidate contesting for the Bukit Selambau state seat who can cast his vote in the area. The other 12 are not constituents of Bukit Selambau and therefore are not registered voters.
In Perak, crowds started to build up at all 32 polling stations. The Election Commission has advised voters to cast their votes early because according to the weather forecast, it is going to rain in the late afternoon and evening. Barisan Nasional candidate Ismail Safian arrives at Sekolah Kebangsaan Panglima Bukit Gantang to cast his vote to a resounding cheers from his supporters. Accompanying him were his wife and Bukit Gantang UMNO Division Chief Datuk Rosli Husin. Ismail says he is confident of winning by between 1,000 and 3,000 votes based on the voters' response. Voting closed at 5 p.m. and counting in Bukit Selambau and Bukit Gantang started at 5:30. In Batang Ai, the counting began at 3 p.m. Check the Star Online website for the results. In other news, Parti Bersatu Sabah President Datuk Seri Joseph Pairin Ketingan arrived at the Prime Minister's office to discuss issues relating to Sabah. When stopped by reporters, he said he was there by invitation to meet the Prime Minister, Datuk Seri Najib Tun Razak. He, however, declined to reveal if the meeting was to discuss PBS representation in the cabinet or whether he would bring a list of names to be recommended for the post. The Prime Minister is expected to reveal his new cabinet lineup on Wednesday. For more updates, log on to thestaronline.tv. I'm Dany Matias and thanks for watching.